Okay, guys, how are you? I hope you are all safe. And fortunately, there are some good news. In Europe, coronavirus is reducing its effect. Okay, let's come to the point. Today, I'm going to dissect a C++ code, and then I'm going to explain you what exactly is header file, which one is the best header file, what exactly are the things which we need in a complete code, a small complete code in which I will be explaining every snippet of the code. So let me talk about the header file. Header file or something. Okay, sorry, I need to maximize the font size. Let me maximize it first. Header file is something which is used while writing any language code, which tells you about different libraries, different standard templates, and different semantic as well as syntactic content which are present inside C++, or any specific language. It depends upon different language. In some language we have to import different header file, like in Java and Java. In Python we have to use import to import something, to import some libraries. But in C++ we can like use this generic statement like #include, and we can write the library's name, and then it will get extracted. When you learn C++ in anywhere, you basically gets to know the first header file, which will be like this one, iOS stream.h. Not as iOS stream. iOS stream basically tells about I means input, O means output, and stream means basically it is a library or a header file which basically deals with input and output related to the C++ code. Similarly, header file #include std. This one #include bits/std c++.h is the godfather of all the libraries and header files. So if you include this header file, then almost 90% of your job is done. You do not need to import any kind of libraries or header files if you have used this one in the first. So let me talk about if you are not doing CPP, and if we are learning C++ just for a basic, then most of the teacher or most of the instructor will talk about iOS stream header file. And if we are dealing with string, then this is not going to work. We need to include string header file. If we want to sort string, then we have to include algorithm header file, and if we want to limit the constraint, then we have to include limit, and accordingly the list goes on. So there are a lot of lists, but if we are using bit/stds, then it will do the whole 90%, or let's say I will increase it to 95% of the header file and libraries related job. So that's all. This is the thing that we need to import, and we need to start implementing. So write only one header file, and it will do 95% of job for you. Okay, then I'm going to what exactly is the second line? Second line is something, it is saying that using namespace std. Okay, using namespace, like I will use namespace, and std is something. So I will tell you what exactly is. Std is a library inside which there will be a lot of functions, or std is a template libraries inside which there will lot of sub libraries present, and among those sub libraries namespace is one. I think a namespace will do some work, basically namespace is used to deal with cin and cout, which are input and outputs for the C++. Okay, that is done, namespace. So we are basically importing using namespace from the standard library std. Okay, there is int main. Why exactly is int main? C++ basically has a return type, and int is the default return type. And what is the meaning of int main? Main is the main function. What if I will write int main3, or I will write int main5 int main, or I will write int func? Will this code run? No, it is not going to run, because compiler needs to source. Basically in any language what happens is that compiler goes inside the source code, and it will search for the main function from where it should start. And if your code is not containing one distinct main function, then compiler is not going to read it. So main is the distinct function which will tell compiler to start from it. So compiler will search for main, and then it will enter inside main function, and then your program will get executed. Okay, so there is only one main function. We cannot declare int main 1 2 3 because they are simply going to throw errors. It will not get executed by compile. It will not get compiled, let's say, for the first time. And this cin and cout are the standard inputs. Cin is basically used for standard inputs, and cout is basically used for outputs. Let me talk about cin. Cin and cout are operators. They are not functions. They are not functions. They are operator. So there is a difference between operator. My mistake. Cin and cout are not operators. They are objects. Sorry. Not operator, they are object. There is a difference between function and object. Object is a part of function, but function is not a part of object at some point, to some extent. So function contains object. While talking about different language, for example Python, if we want to print something, then we will use print function. In C we use printf function. In Java we use system.in.print function, system.out.print function, and then accordingly. But in case of C++, we use cin for inputs and cout for outputs. Okay, this one is done. What exactly is that arrow like structure? Let me talk about that one as well. So this one is basically called as extraction operator. It will basically, in a generic term, it is called as get from. Get from means take something from someone, so it is taking inputs. And other is this one is called as insertion operator, in other word, which will get like put to matlab means to give something to someone, so it is basically used as output. And yes, extraction operator is used for inputs. So this one is input or output. So, and return is by default it is 0. You should use this strategy because it will help to avoid the some cases in which your compiler might run into trouble. Okay, so let me run this code. Okay, let me describe what exactly is happening. We are declaring header file. Okay, we are using namespace for cin and cout. Okay, we have in main function. Okay, we are declaring two integer type variables. Okay, we have done this one, and then we will take input from the user. Okay, get user will enter any number, let me say 4 and 5. Okay, and then we are displaying that 4 and 5 on the screen. So on your device or the screen, like monitor, it will display 4 and 5. And return 0 means it is the exit condition for the code. So this is the dissection of C++. I hope that you got it. If you have any doubt, you can ask anytime. Thank you very much.